The night was cold, silent, and heavy with rejection. 12-year-old Aruno sat alone in the village square, curled up beside an uncompleted building. His lips trembled, not from the cold, but from the weight of the day. Earlier, he had stood before the entire village, confessing, in a voice barely his own, that he was a witch. Not because he truly believed it, but because his auntie had forced him to say it. It was either confess or face a beating worse than the last. The villagers gasped. Some spat in his direction. Children screamed and ran. Even those who once offered him leftover food turned their faces away. He was cursed, they said, evil, dangerous. And with that, Aruno was cast out, not just from his auntie's home, but from the village itself. He hadn't eaten all day. His stomach growled, but there was nothing to feed it. He looked up at the stars, wishing his parents were alive, wishing someone, anyone, cared. Then headlights pierced the darkness. A black SUV rolled slowly into the square, unusually polished for a place so dusty. It stopped right in front of the boy. A tall, dark man stepped out. He wore a white kaftan and had a quiet strength about him. His eyes scanned Aruno, but there was no fear or disgust in them, only curiosity and something gentler. Compassion. "What's your name, boy?" the man asked softly. Aruno," he stammered, startled by the stranger's voice. "What are you doing here this late?" "I have nowhere else to go." The man looked at him for a long moment, then simply said, "Come, let's go." Without another word, he opened the passenger door. Aruno hesitated. Was this a trick? But the warmth from the car and the emptiness of the night offered little choice. He climbed in. That was the beginning of a new life. The man's name was Chief Amadi, a wealthy philanthropist who had no biological children but had opened his home to orphans from across the country. His estate in the city was large and beautiful, filled with children from different backgrounds. At first, Aruno was quiet, withdrawn, unsure if this kindness would last. But Chief Amadi was patient. He didn't force love on Aruno. Instead, he offered it in quiet ways: fresh clothes, proper meals, education, and, most importantly, respect. Over the years, Aruno flourished. He learned business management, computer science, and even led some charity outreaches on behalf of Chief Amadi. The man took him as a son and mentored him with care and wisdom. Aruno, determined to never waste the opportunity he was given, became the most reliable and prudent among all his adopted children. By the time he turned 26, Aruno was Chief Amadi's right hand in managing his vast empire of businesses and charities. People marveled at his intelligence, humility, and integrity. And when Chief Amadi passed away, it was discovered that he had willed all his properties, shares, and foundations to Aruno. News spread quickly. People were stunned. Journalists interviewed him. Orphanages sought his support. He gave freely, just as he had received. One day, nearly 10 years after he had been cast out, Aruno returned to his village, not with anger, but with a heart full of peace. He came in a convoy, not to show off, but to inaugurate a new health center and a scholarship scheme for the children of the community. At first, the villagers watched in shame and silence. Then, one by one, they approached him. His former playmates, now grown, their parents, and even his auntie, now older and frail. "My son," she said, trembling, "I wronged you. We all did. Can you ever forgive us?" Aruno looked at the faces before him. Once they had seen a cursed child, now they saw a blessing. He thought of all he had suffered, of the night he lay cold and hungry, and of the man who had lifted him without judgment. "I forgave you a long time ago," he said gently. "I only hope you can forgive yourselves." Tears flowed freely. He hugged his auntie, offered her medical care and a home. He set up a fund for widows in the village, sponsored the building of a vocational center, and ensured that no child would suffer the way he once did. Aruno, the boy once thrown away, had become a light not only to the world, but to the very people who once cast him into darkness. And he never forgot the truth that Chief Amadi had once whispered to him under the stars. Sometimes the world will try to bury you, but it only helps your roots grow deeper.